now that this WTC cycle is over, when we look at 50 over format or a T20 format, we look at cycles. So one World Cup gets over, if you don't do well, you look at what to do in the next cycle. This cycle is over. Do you reckon this is the team that goes forward? This is the captain that takes the test team forward, or do you think you change
that? No, absolutely. At least till the World Cup, this will continue. Well, I don't know what's in Rohit's mind after the World Cup and what he wants to do or what he wants to do. At the moment, coach and captain is the two best for India, and I wish them all the luck, because as I have said, that at least they are getting to World Test Championship finals. You know, among all the teams playing in Test cricket, they are the two best teams in this 2-year cycle, and the next 2-year cycle will start now after this. So if you don't get to the finals, you don't win championships. So you know, it's like as a batsman, we've been getting out in the 90s. So सब कान में बोलते हैं यार 100 नहीं बनाते, but 100 बनाने के लिए तो फिर 90 पे पहुंचना पड़ेगा, है ना? तो वो 100 का बाद 90 पहुंच के सोचे, 0 से नहीं. तो वही, it's the same for India, that get to the next final the way you have, and then think of winning it in a different way.
Okay, the reason I asked you the captaincy question, because there's a lot of chatter on social media which says that maybe it's time to, you know, maybe let's look at a Virat Kohli, because under Virat, the Indian Test team, you know, was #1 for a very long time. Do you subscribe to that school of thought, you know, getting someone like a Virat back?
I know it's a selector's job at the end of the day, but how does social media influence?
No, it does not. I'm saying this is a thought or a school of thought. What do you reckon on that?
Yeah, but Virat himself didn't want to captain in Test cricket 2 years ago, isn't it?
Yeah, he cited lack of runs, saying that, you know, I'm not getting, and I mean lack of runs would mean all formats, wasn't really in good form. Now we've seen him get some runs in T20 cricket, had a good IPL as well, had 100 in Test match. Do you also reckon sometimes mindsets can change? Maybe that time the mindset was I need to concentrate on my batting. Now,
if you ask me, who should be and is and will be India's captain and coach, Rohit and Rahul. That's the right way forward.
What do you see for the future of Indian Test cricket? Do you think it's in safe hand? I'll ask you a couple of questions.
Absolutely.
Because let's say in batting, now let's say if you have to look at the future, you look at a Shubman, he's there, right? But the rest of your batting lineup, probably towards the end of the career, do you see names that will fill in those positions that will be left behind, let's say by a Rohit, by a Virat, by a Ajinkya Rahane, by a Pujara, in maybe not this cycle, maybe 2 years after that? Even in terms of bowling, we used to keep harping about how much strength we have in terms of fast bowling, but one Jasprit Bumrah gets injured and we are then looking at a Shardul Thakur or an Umesh Yadav then to fill in that spot.
I thought Umesh is a good bowler, maybe not Jasprit Bumrah, but I think he's a very good bowler. And if you remember in Oval 2 years ago, he won us on the last day of the test. I don't know whether Bumrah played the test match or not, I can't remember, but we won on the last day with Umesh bowling a fantastic spell. I think let's not come to conclusions with just one loss. India will always have talent, and I don't think it's time to look beyond a Virat or a Pujara. Virat is just 34.
Not now, maybe 2 years, 3 years down the line. Do we have reserves?
That too will happen, Nikhil. 3 years down the line, they'll get 37, 38. You'll have to look at young players, and India has enormous reserves. You know, when you look at some of the performances, and I don't consider IPL performance as a yardstick to pick in Test cricket. So in domestic cricket, there's some fantastic players, and you'll only find out when you give them opportunities. Whether it's a Jaiswal, whether it's the batsman from Madhya Pradesh, the middle order batsman who played for RCB, they missed out this year.
Patidar?
Rajat Patidar. There's Abhimanyu Ishwaran from Bengal who scores lots of runs. Shubman Gill is young.
There's Rituraj Gaikwad, I don't know.
There's Rituraj Gaikwad, and I hope Hardik Pandya is listening. I want to see him play Test cricket, especially in these conditions as well. And there is Hardik Pandya, young Rishabh Pant is there, Shreyas Iyer is there, they are young boys. India will always have talent. Gavaskar finished, Tendulkar, Dravid, Lakshman, Sehwag came. They finished, Virat Kohli came. When they will finish, somebody else will come.